Welcome back to the GSL up and down match to find out who's going to the OSL. We already have one of our winners. About to find out potentially who our second one's going to be.
Our next game is going to be GuMiho versus Creator, and the game alone is not important for Creator anymore. He is already in the Korea next season. He already knows that for a fact. But for GuMiho, everything is on the line here. If he loses the next game, then he is going to be in Code A as well. This is the last chance that he has. And here, of course, are our current standings. We have Jungbi advancing to the OSL. Yu-Gi-Oh! He is currently 2-1, but he can still advance. If he takes the next game, then he will advance for sure. If he loses, then it's all about him being potentially in another three-way tie once again. GuMiho already in the booth, as is Creator. And the poor Prime player here, of course, knows that it's all over for him. A little bit sad here, but it just continues the trend for him in Heart of the Swarm so far.
You can just see the disappointment on his face. He's not looking very happy about his situation right now in the group. It's over for him. And GuMiho here really needing a win. Curious to see what sort of strategy he's going to pull out on a two-player map against somebody who has no chance. He's only fighting for pride at this point.
Yeah, fighting for pride and fighting for Prime. GuMiho, he is hoping for a three-way tie. He is hoping to be tied with his opponents, but if he wants to make that happen, he has to win not only this match now against Creator, but he also has to win later on against Swagger. And he has to hope that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to lose his next match. So a lot of ifs here for the Terran player, but that's the only hope that he has today.
Yep.
Our map is going to be Belcher Vestige and the Protoss versus Terran. The map is loaded. We're jumping into the game here at the GSL up and down Group E. Color Wolf.
Say hello to the robot.
Starting now to the bottom right, we have the blue FXO Terran player, the Towel Terran.
FXO GuMiho.
GuMiho so far without a single win in this group. He lost both of these games. He lost against Jungbi and he lost against Yu-Gi-Oh! Now he is up against Creator, who's already out. Nothing on the line anymore for his Protoss opponent. Starting to the top right, we have him for Team Prime. It is
Creator Prime.
bit of a sad story so far in Heart of the Swarm, trying to somehow get back into the shape that he was in at the end of Wings of Liberty, but so far he's struggling a lot.
Yeah, he really is. His team has had a tough time as well, transitioning. Well, GuMiho goes gas first. So that's an interesting choice. Creator going to be doing a normal gateway span. Most likely we'll go into the double gas to just a regular Mothership Core expand, as all Proasses are kind of doing right now. Safe against almost anything, but GuMiho wants to at least put some direct pressure on him. We could see the same type of Reaper build we saw earlier against Jungbi, just a little bit faster.
Yeah. Reapers are really popular in like all of the matchups. They're a great unit in the early game to just apply a bit of pressure, to be a bit more aggressive than usual, and of course one of the other benefits that you have with the Reaper build is that you get scouting information, and quite a lot of them.
Yeah. We've seen players go for double Reapers on two barracks. It's not what we're going to see for GuMiho. It could just be one Reaper into a Reactor into Marines and an expansion, or possibly even just a drop. We've seen that a lot on this map in particular.
GuMiho finds himself in a very uncomfortable position now. He knows that Creator is out of Code A, and people have always been discussing a lot what that means for the opponent. Is it going to be that the Creator doesn't care about the series anymore? Does he want to end it early? Is he just going to go into some kind of all-in? And GuMiho, he just doesn't know. So right now he's looking at the game, he's like, well, I know that it's not important for you anymore, but you're definitely trying to win this game. But what are you going to do? Are you really sticking around for a macro-oriented build, or will you just try to hit me with a very aggressive timing and try to finish it early on? So scouting, I feel, is in this particular scenario even more important than it would be in a regular game, because for a Creator, every strategy is now just fair game.
Yeah, exactly. You know, as it goes for Creator, it's all about whether or not he really cares about this match personally, because that's all that really matters. We are going to see a Widowmine drop from GuMiho. He starts his first Widowmine now. Starport going up as well, and he will time this out where he has 4 Marines and 2 Widowmines, so just do a little bit of pressure with that and try to catch Creator off guard. And now the question is, does Creator go into double gates before Robo or Robo before double gates? And that could actually be a deciding factor in how much damage GuMiho's drop does.
Yeah, it definitely will be. If you don't have any kind of detection out when your opponent is arriving with the few Widow Mines in your main base, then the game could be over in a flash. And we have a Stargate tag for Creator instead. So we could see the Oracle here, and the Oracle at least can give him some detection.
Yeah.
But this is still... It's scary. It's really scary. It all comes down to the timings, what kind of unit choice Creator goes down now, the timings of when the dropship arrives.
For example, if Creator sends a Phoenix out for whatever reason, to scout, to be aggressive, and he sees the drop by chance, he could actually just kill the dropship and then win the game. If he goes for an Oracle, then he has detection, but will he have it back at home? I don't think we'll see a Void Ray, because that's not Creator style. I don't think I've ever seen him all in, ever, not even once.
Oracle here. And we have the Medivac ready, so right now it really comes down to what is actually going to be scouted. We have a few Marines heading out. The Mothership Core, the Medivac could actually just run right into the Oracle, and then Creator would know exactly what's up. But if they miss each other, then it's going to be scary.
Creator has...
a bit more for Creator than for GuMiho.
Right, Creator's no information whatsoever. He's not scouted at all. He has no idea whether his opponent has gas or not, whether he has a CC. And for him to see this, will he turn around? No. Okay, now he does, because he realizes there's a possibility there's Widow Mines in there.
And the Widow Mine is already there, immediately being focused. The second one is moving in. Widow Mine number 1 gets a shot off.
Yeah.
At least one, but he has the Envision on the Oracle.
Not a whole lot done there. Phoenix will come out and even try to stop the drop. I think he should be able to catch it. There he goes. As long as he micros well, yeah. The Widow Mine will be saved, at least temporarily. Oh!
Well, he's trying to take down the Phoenix, and he will. Not quite.
Well, yeah, he damages it, but, you know,
he gets the hit.
Exactly. I know that's what you meant. And the Marine to the rescue here.
Phoenix running away from the Marine here. But yeah, we have now still the transition for Creator, and GuMiho, of course, at home is currently looking at his command center completing, going into the second orbital here. +1 has already been started. He was going into a fast engineering based strategy that we've seen from a lot of Terran players these days.
Creator is massively ahead now. He got, in some ways, fortunate that he was able to spot the drop. Had the drop gone into his natural first, he would not have been able to react as quickly. But now he's got a huge advantage. He can deny this structuring build. Stops one of those barracks, could even stop the second one.
Really being annoying with those Phoenixes here. But the Widow Mine is in the mineral line, and the Phoenix might have survived the first Widow Mine hit, but not the second one.
Yeah.
Irgendwann ist Schluss mit lustig.
Shame on him, man. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That was that Phoenix's problem.
Yeah.
He's now 20 supply up against GuMiho, though, regardless.
You know, he just got a little bit too cheeky here. And at some point, you're going to get punished for it.
Yeah. You never want to, you know, try to talk back to a Widow Mine.
Yeah. That Harvester count, by the way, is crazy. 47 against 30. Even with the extra mules, that is a massive economy lead for Creator.
Creator is... He is really getting cheeky. He sends his Mothership Core around here. Or is that his Oracle? Okay, the Oracle has a bigger hitbox than the Phoenix.
Yeah, but we don't. We have the Widow Mine and the missile turret, and that's a little bit too much.
Yeah, he's like, no, it was a good idea, but nope, not going to kill that Widow Mine.
Yeah. It's always so funny when you go in and actually use the Graviton Beam on a Widow Mine that is burrowed, and you unburrow it, you slip it out of the air.
You know what's interesting is, I just noticed this on the minimap. The box that's shown for an Oracle is actually bigger than the Phoenix. And this drop is going to be annoyed, but he won't be able to actually kill it with the Marines there. Well,
he's trying, but he barely saves the Phoenix, and yeah, he was committing a lot to this. And for a second, you know, GuMiho thought, well, I just dropped 1 or 2 Marines, and then you're going to back off, and then he realized, oh, wait a second, you're actually not going to back off, I have to drop the rest of them too.
Yeah. That would have been really terrible for Creator if he'd lost to Phoenix, though, against that.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit too much. But still, the drops here could be nah, they're not going to do much.
I mean, you know, a miracle could happen. We could have some angels in the outfield here going on. Somebody in the audience right now is flapping their arms, trying to give GuMiho what he needs, but no angel's going to come tickle Creator while he's playing. This is not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. He has the first Colossus out already. That's going to help him a lot against Bioforces. He has the Zealots at the front to guard them. And Marines alone, they are just not going to help him with this. Even with now the Raven and the point defense drone, I don't really think that's going to happen.
Oh, the Oracle, but he still has to deal with the Colossus. No, I mean, what is he going to do? Drop a Secret Missile? That's
One
all we
Marauder.
can really hope for.
It's going to be Hero Marauder. You wait and see.
Secret Missile? Maybe?
Nah.
Why is he not using...
I don't think that's going to do anything. I mean, what is he hoping for? What is he going to target? A Zealot? You can pick out that Zealot. The Sentry. Yeah.
Gets the Sentry and hurts the
actually,
Phoenix.
he does a lot of damage with the reinforcements moving in, but at least he gets the Sentry, but yeah.
Raven is gone now, and he's trapped himself in a corner.
Uh-oh, he's losing at least one of the
God.
Medivacs. He's taking a lot of hits here.
All of his Marines low on hit points. Is he really going to escape? If he does, man, GuMiho...
Well, he gets all of the... He at least gets the Phoenixes, so now that threat is already negated. But now we have the third command center coming up for GuMiho. Still a supply lead for Creator. He has the third base also building, goes into the +1 upgrade. Creator just looking at a really, really solid tech here.
And, you know, GuMiho is one of those players who... It never gives up, and sometimes he's had crazy comebacks. He's gonna, try to get this Nexus. I think he actually will cancel this.
That was the last second cancel. Wow, Creator certainly has some balls. I mean, that was 1 second more.
Yeah.
0.1 second, then he would have lost
one StarCraft second.
Yeah, one StarCraft second. That's actually good putting it in words. 1 StarCraft second later, and he would have lost the Nexus here.
And now GuMiho's on 3 mining bases. And he's starting to stabilize a little bit. Yes, he does have a problem with his tech, but
still, that one snipe on the Nexus really helped him so much. Oh, and I love the bunker that we are seeing here. So many Protoss players have been abusing the Terran. So a bit too greedy to drop that bunker at the third and have been harassing this position over and over again, but not so GuMiho. He actually goes in, drops the bunker, makes sure that run-bys won't be an issue.
I think GuMiho accidentally made a tank, but tank is going to help him out a little bit. He's even setting up a little bit of a wall for his bunker. I love this because this is just one of those ways you can not leave anything to chance when it comes to base defense. A good scan here. The scan lets him know exactly what he's facing.
Let's not forget the Creator is also nearly halfway done now with his Storm upgrade. As soon as he has Storm and Creator doesn't have any ghosts whatsoever, it's going to be a big problem for the Terran player facing off against this army.
Yeah.
Especially on a map like Belcher Vestige, where you have to cross into choke points.
Right. This is Creator's game to toss away at this point tech-wise. And that Zealot, again, does nothing. Even
I love the shields with the supply depots. That is really awesome because that helps him so much to defend the bunker here. So even if there's a bit of aggression, he can always make sure that those Zealots don't get any surface area.
Hellbat drop with some support here coming in now. Marauders and Hellbats making a
that could
bit
snipe
of a
the
splash.
Nexus. He could attempt to snipe actually a lot of the buildings here. Marauder drops are so strong.
Fighting with probes not what you want to do against Hellbats and Marauders.
Yeah, a bit of better surface area maybe behind the mineral patches, but those there's attack to the right side of the map. That's a different thing. We have one of the Colossi already down. The second one is getting dismantled by those Vikings, but the Bioforces, they are just running away and trying to kite this unit.
Yeah, another photon overcharge here. This group of units will not escape. Creator blinks again. He's trying to chase this army down. No more Vikings left. That one Colossus against pure Marines is going to have a field day. Creator wants that next charge. There's a bunker set up, though. I don't know if he can actually commit to chasing this army down. He has an upgrade advantage for a few more seconds.
Creator has a much better composition here than his opponent, but we still have a lot of resources that the Protoss player now can just commit to additional warp-ins. The third base is not going to be easy to take down with run-bys, but with the huge main force that he has now on the map, he can just shift the entire momentum towards the lower half of the map.
And don't forget about the storms. The Ghost Academy is just now on the way. He's got a few Templar here. How many storms will he actually get off? He has to be careful. A perfect storm.
Great storm here. A lot of those bio units taking the damage, but still we have the stim being activated and the Colossus is now gone, and he doesn't have a lot of storms left.
Hellbat's just doing so much to tank here. The Hellbat's really putting GuMiho back in this game along with that snipe on the third base. He's had enough time to catch up now even in the upgrades. So they're both on even upgrades. The rest of the Templar were not with the army, so he only got one storm off, and now the Ghosts are coming out.
Yeah, the Ghosts are starting to come out here, but so far he doesn't have a single one. He's waiting for the upgrade, if the Mirbius upgrade here. If Creator attacks now, he could do a lot here. Once again, of course, we have a Medivac just being afterburned to the top left, trying to go for the boost here. using the Fast and the Furious Medivacs against his opponent's cannon and trying to get into the main base, but he could just defend with another round of Warpins in the main army at the bottom right. That's the biggest problem that the GuMiho has now.
Exactly. The Hellbat's stuck at the back, not able to do that damage to the Zealots, just he's trying to reposition them. Dropping the main base, starting to affect Creator's production. Vikings getting some decent shots up. There's only one Colossus left.
Where are those storms? I mean, the Archons are all nice and
he doesn't have
well, but he needs storms, I feel.
He has no Templar, he only has Archons.
Doesn't have a single one. The Archons will do damage, yes, of course, but still, he needs a little bit more area effect damage. He has a strong army, though. Now he's moving in. Here comes Creator, trying to make this happen with a Time Warp. We have the stutter step for his opponent, and also the stim once again.
The second Colossus coming in here, doing a lot more. He targets it down, but Creator has way too much, as you said.
He's pushing through. The Colossus is all that he needed, and Creator taking the game and dropping GuMiho down to Code A.
Yep, he drags him down with him. The two of them will both find themselves in the Challenger League.
Yeah, both of them out now. So it all comes down to Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus Swagger.
Yep.
It all comes down to the next game.
This is really, really exciting to me because Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, he's looked really, really good today. You know, he did have some troubles against Jongbi, but that was a kind of a weird game. But he looks strong. Killer, on the other hand, aka Swagger, looked so good against Leenock that if he plays, you know, that type of unique and strange style, which we've already seen even in the PvP today, we could see a very exciting match here to decide everything.
The next game is going to decide who advances together with the Jongbi. It's either going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Or it will be Swagger. And I feel for Yu-Gi-Oh!, you know, back in Wings of Lure, they would have said Yu-Gi-Oh! Easy, takes it, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Swagger had definitely his ups and his downs, but I feel at the end of Wings of Lure, he wasn't the main contender.
Definitely true.
After what we saw against Leenock, though, it's a bit of a different story. Killer has a lot of timings that he can use against Yu-Gi-Oh! And he looked scary against Leenock.
If you asked me 6 months ago, will Killer ever be in Code S again, I would have said, I don't think he'll ever be in Code A again. But now he is just one game away from doing it.
He really amazed me when he played this best-of-3 series against Leenock, and he was so close to winning it. So he lost it in the end, but now he's up against Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Watched those games. I'm 100% sure that he prepared as much as he could for this group.
Yeah.
There's so much on the line.
For me,
he must know that this is not an easy opponent to beat in this matchup
Certainly
anymore.
not. And for me, I feel like we're not going to see the exact same build we saw against Leenock, but we could see something just as unique and crazy coming out of Killer. Killer's the guy who will sentry drop you in the main, trap you on the outside, and warp in sentries. He will trap you on the outside and blink stalkers into the main base. He will do a pure zealot attack with +1 against roaches and just try to overwhelm you with a few Archons sometimes added into the mix. He will do the immortal push. He is volatile, and he may just take a fast third. You don't know.
I love, by the way, how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is rocking that shirt. I feel it's a little bit too big for him, but it looks good on it.
It looks good. I like it.
Root for root, and we have Akilon Waste being the last map of the day. Good map for Protoss vs Zerg, really like it. Who's gonna take it? Who's gonna advance to Codes, to the OSL, to the WCS Premier League, whatever you want to call it? This is why they are here. This is what they're fighting for. Jongbi is already through. One of those two gentlemen on screen will advance together with a Protoss player. Who is it going to be? Two Protoss or Protoss and a Zerg advancing today? Killer up against Yu-Gi-Oh! At the GSL Up and Down Group E with Colin Wolf.